Welcome to How to All-In Protoss Part 1. Today we're going to be looking at my favorite all-in to do, and it's going to be a 2-base Marine tank banshee push. And just so you guys know, there is a patch coming out soon that is going to take away Protoss Overcharge, which arguably may or may not be better or worse for all-ins because they're replacing it with a new ability that gives your units energy faster. So I still personally think this all-in and this build order I'm going to show you should still work after the patch. So I definitely recommend trying it now and after and letting me know if it still works or not. I'm going to be trying it. I think it's super strong because it requires the Protoss to like get observers, it requires them to scout what's coming in time, and it requires them to just have like a decent amount of units too. Like there's a lot of things that Protoss have to do well here. So right now we're in a custom game against an AI player. I will show you guys live ladder games of me playing this build after, so stay tuned for that. But as for the build order here, we went barracks, and then we're going double gas after barracks, and then we're going to finish our wall off as soon as we can. And this is because we don't want any probe to come in and just like harass us for free. If a probe comes in here, we want to be able to trap him in there by locking him in, or just locking him out in general. Either way is a good thing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a Reaper. We're going to get an orbital command. And this is going to basically be a Reaper scout into a factory, and we're going to get our command center behind it. So you still get your command center. It's a 2-base all-in. It's a very like early 2-base all-in, so you're going to see that we push at around the 4-minute 30-second mark to 5-minute mark, and that timing is going to be up to you guys because it really is dependent on the game itself, what timing you want to hit. There are a lot of different cases you need to keep in mind here, and that's why I'm going to have a lot of different examples to show you guys after. So we go a reactor after the Reaper, and then we're going to rally one of these guys down here to build our command center. Actually, you want to build your command center on the high ground, unless you SCV scout. If you SCV scout, you can build it on the low ground, but you don't want to build it on the low ground because we don't know if there's a zealot on the map. And this is just an AI player, so we're just going to like back away and pretend like we don't know what's going on there, because we're just focusing on the build order right now. So next you get a Cyclone, and this Cyclone is very handy for denying depth scouts, denying stalkers, clearing the map, getting map control. And now we're going to add one more Viller onto each gas. We're going to build our supply depot, and then we're going to get our starport. Just like that. Constantly build Marines. Your Reaper Scout, I'm going to pause just for a second to explain the Reaper. The Reaper should always sack itself to identify the tech path of like what the Protoss is doing. And if you can get it away, that's a bonus. But you always need to scout what the tech path is. So you need to identify if it's a Stargate, or if it's a Twilight, basically, or even a Robo First. If it was a Robo First, you wouldn't be that afraid because Robo First builds are very uncommon and not that strong because you are missing out on the Twilight upgrade at the time that the attack would hit. So you want to identify if it's Stargate, and if it's Stargate, do not go Banshee. I would highly recommend just going Viking out of your starport and doing the exact same push, and you'll find that it is still pretty strong. If they go like Mass Phoenix, you really want to delay your push, I think, till you have like 2 Vikings and like a good Marine clump. And you even want to build like an eBay to go with that. But that goes on to like another part that we'll do another day. Right now, we're just focusing on the Banshee variation. So to continue, assuming that we scouted a Twilight build and that we're not playing versus a Stargate player, we're going to get our tech lab on our factory, and we're going to get ready to go tank. And then we're going to get our refinery in the natural because we want to be mining gas really fast down there because we want to get cloak on our Banshee. So let's move these down here. So typically I would put like my Cyclone somewhere around the halfway point, or even like out in front of your Nat, just so it can catch the Adept if the Adept were to sneak out. And if you still had your Reaper alive right now, you can be poking in, like checking the 3rd base timing, for example. Like, if I was playing a typical game, I wouldn't always have in mind that I'm, like, going to be doing this all in. Like, this could be a reactionary build. Like, let's say my Reaper, like, scouted my opponent's 3rd right now and saw they were expanding. I could say, okay, I'm just going to go Banshee Tank Marine all in. like that could be the reaction to a greedy Protoss opener. So the Reaper staying alive is actually really, really beneficial. You could use your Cyclone to scout too if you want to be really like in their face. You just got to be careful going up ramps and stuff because you can easily just die to a stalker catching you. So to continue, we're gonna float our command center, get another supply depot, and then when that lands, we're gonna saturate the geyser to 3 out of 3. We're gonna get cloak. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. You get Marines, you get tanks, you get Banshees. And then we're going to saturate that, get your orbital. Don't need to siege it, but you might as well while you wait. Oh yeah, next tank. So, the timing that I like to go for the most is after the second tank and when you get your first Banshee. I find that that has the highest success rate because it hits the earliest. However, you could wait for the third siege tank. Depending on how you feel about what they have. There will definitely be example games where I get a third siege tank and it'll be more clear to you guys like when is a good idea to do that. So I think that's it for the build order portion. Essentially what you would do from here is you would just take 4 SCVs. You would put them on auto repair by right clicking the repair or just hitting Alt R is also the hotkey. And then you would right click on a siege tank so they follow the siege tank. And then you just hit all units and you go A move. Build a eBay in case they go Dark Shrine. Continue to build supply depots. And yeah, you just continually produce off of these while you attack. So let's jump into some live games now and you guys can see how to actually do the attack itself. Don't know what MMR Protoss we got, but we got a Protoss on Ghost River. So I think I'm going to do my 2 base all-in build. And we'll see how that goes. This is obviously like the best map you could do it on because it's got the shortest rush distance. But of course we're going to have to scout and see what the Protoss has first before I make any decisions about which units I'm going to make in the all-in itself. So to start, we get our barracks, we get our refinery. Not a lot actually to talk about at this stage. It's kind of just chill. I don't even SCV scout when I do this. There's no reason to SCV scout when you go double gas against Protoss. Literally no reason because you're already playing the most defensive opener you can do. So even if I were to get proxy gated here, I would just defend it with the Cyclone. Although if I want to build the command center on the low ground, I would have to SCV scout just to confirm that he is expanding, but I'll build it on the high ground. And even that's debatable. Like with a 2 gas, you could still just build the command center here without a scout, but if you do get proxy gated, you have to like pull SCVs, build a bunker, and it just gets really messy really quickly. So my rule is if I don't scout, I build the CC on the high ground. Which is a pretty good rule. Building the CC on the high ground is about 1 SCV worth of build time to float it almost. Alright, let's get a reactor. Let's take 1 more guy off gas just to be extra fancy. If you wanted to be extra efficient, you can go 2 and 1. I usually just tell people 2 and 2 because it's like easier to remember, but you can actually go 2 and 1. Alright, so let's get our Cyclone. Alright, he's got an Adept. Sending it across the map. Let's get our depot, send the Reaper in. Alright, now I saturate the gas. Oh, no, his Adept's right there. Alright, I'm just gonna run in here and scout everything. Maybe I'll get a kill if I can. Alright, so against Twilight, we are big fans of the Banshee. So we're going to do Banshee Tank Marine. I'll send the Cyclone out just so he can try to find a kill. Usually you get an adept kill if the Protoss is kind of lazy, which a lot of them are. Example A. And always the Cyclone will get the kill if you catch it off guard, so nothing to worry about. Just make sure you're keeping it close. Let me repair our boy here. Make sure we mine this gas right away. And start our Banshee. Everything's really tight here, like, it's not easy to afford everything right away. Make sure you get your depots going too, one at a time. Then we get our cloak right when we can get our cloak. The earlier the better. Get a couple more SCVs. We are like really, that's the thing we cut here, right? That we cut SCVs. Nothing else. And then the timing you can attack, I'm not sure how much I've touched on this in the past, but you could go with 2 tanks or you could go with 3. I kind of like to prefer 3 tanks when I'm playing against Blink Stalker. Because if they do opt to just cut your units in half, then you're just stuck with 2 tanks, and it's like nowhere near as good. Alright, so we're getting ready here. We're going to get an eBay in case he goes DT. Because obviously that's an option. Then I take 4 SCVs, put them on auto repair, follow one of the tanks. Let the other tank catch up a little bit more. And then yeah, we go. Keep the depots going. eBay's going. I'm saving scans now too in case we run into DT. Okay, so here we want the tanks kind of like more in front. You want to like not have the Marines as in front in this scenario because the Stalkers will just poke the Marines instead of the tanks. And the tanks, they can be repaired. The Marines cannot be repaired. Alright, so let's get a couple bunkers. Alright, so he's opting to just run away, which means we just go dive in. I'm going to rally home in case he tries to counterattack. But now I'm just going to siege on the ramp like this. Build a couple more barracks because I'm starting to get money. I'll get a turret here too, just in case. Oh, okay, we're just going to target fire the tanks on the Stalkers. And there you go, guys. So this Protoss definitely just took a really early third. Like, let me look at the timing here. Just for reference, like a 4-minute and 30-second third base is probably like one of the most standard timings. And like a 5-minute third is considered later. And then a 3:30, which is this is considered like one of the earliest timings you can do. So this is quite greedy by our opponent. Like, he doesn't build a second or a third gateway. He doesn't build his gas geysers. He doesn't even get his observer out before he takes this. And that's what happens. Like, that's why you do builds like this, and that's why you should mix in builds like this, because you will just get free wins against a lot of Protosses. All right, on to the next one. Big game 6K Protoss.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
SCV ready. Big job, huh? SCV ready. Yo.
Oh, almost came in.
What's going on? Sure thing.
Oh my god.
Be ready.
Trying to.
In the rear with the gear. Yep.
Oh. I was pretty certain I was gonna win that one, but it actually still made me nervous because you're never 100% certain.
Command center upgrade complete.
Give those SCVs a hug so they heal each other.
Let's go. SCV ready. Fear the reaper. Ah! What? SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Add-on.
Followed me over there.
I'm listening. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
What's it got? I'm listening. I'm listening. What's going on?
Not enough minerals.
What's it worth? SCV ready.
Twilight.
It's online. Let's go kill something. Got what's it worth? SCV ready.
I think we'll try that push again.
Add-on complete. Not enough.
This better be good.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Ooh. Oh, he saw that. Well played.
Got something for me. SCV ready. Enemy
Not enough minerals.
Oh.
You got coordinates. Ready to roll out.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
I don't know how that snuck by, but it totally did. I don't know if it's a big deal or not, though. I might go with the second tank this game.
Not enough minerals.
Actually, I think I will.
Command center. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I feel like I have a little bit of a surprise on him.
Not enough minerals.
I have less SCVs than I usually have, though. I usually have a couple more at home.
Not enough minerals.
I think he killed one too, didn't he? I could be misremembering.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Okay, that's really huge. We got a lot of big shots on the stalker clump.
Not enough. Research complete.
Also the robo going down. Oh, I didn't get an eBay. Make sure I have my eBay. Wow, GG. We got a 6K Protoss with the build order this time. I didn't do much commentary, but I mean, we did just do the same build basically on repeat as the last game. Why the Protoss wasn't able to hold this time is probably because of the scouting information. Like if we look at this Adept Scout, like he sees a gas geyser in the natural, which is actually telling of two different things. Like it could be an all-in, or it could be like a super heavy macro, like I'm going Raven build order. And yeah, this Robo, what time did the Robo come down at? All right, so here's a little small error. The Robo should, well, I don't know. I'm not like a super big Protoss player anymore, but I think the Robo should come at like 3:30, and it would have maybe given him like the 10 seconds he needed with the Observer Scout. Like, let's look at the Observer Scout across the map here. I want to see when the Observer like identifies. Yeah, so if this Observer was 10 seconds earlier, like he'd have 10 more seconds at least, which might be enough to get like the Immortal more chronoed out, maybe another pylon to protect the shield battery, and then the Stalkers would have been farther out. I think probably the main reason why I won this game is because the Stalkers are just in the main base. If the Stalkers are like right here even, this would probably be twice as difficult, but there you guys go. Another example of that build order working. GG. All right, TVP on, what is this again? Alcyone. I'm so bad at the names of the maps. But here we go. Don't know which, actually I do know. We're gonna go for the same all-in that we've been going for every game that I'm trying to teach you guys. I think, well, it depends what our opponent opens, if we're gonna go Banshee or not, but ideally I do like to go Banshee as my base. But obviously if they go Stargate, you don't want to go Banshee, so we gotta wait and see what they have first. So let's get our gas there, and then our other gas in a moment. Boom, boom. This is a good map to go double Reaper on, but since we're doing this build, we want to only go one Reaper because a second Reaper would take away from my Marine count, which is never what you want. Hopefully that SCV knows how to save itself. There we go. Sometimes you get a little unlucky on the RNG. I've even lost my SCV because I got like the unlucky RNG like 12 times in a row, and I just like got stubborn. Like you're supposed to just pull it away. So he doesn't take the bait, he doesn't try to go in the base for the scout, which I'm fine with. Let's just go right up to the net, right up to the front door. And then because I did an SCV scout, so we're going to build our command center here, because we don't know if there's a zealot like secretly running around the edge of the map now. There could even be a proxy gate on the map, so without an SCV scout, you got to build your command center on the high ground. Okay, you got to be really careful going up a ramp too, because that adept can get your second hit off and then it's dead. Oh, what's that? Alright, he's going Twilight, so I'm definitely feeling the Banshee opener, like I said. And there is a patch coming soon, so who knows how my build will change after that. Obviously, my Cyclone is not going to be able to be built off the factory without a add-on anymore, which obviously makes us sad, but is good for the Cyclone. Like, we're very happy about the Cyclone change, especially for Terran versus Zerg. Alright, so let's start our gas geyser in the net.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he wants to take my bait. Oh, I just lost my Reaper. It's alright though. Let's see if he takes the watchtower with all of his gateway units. Oh, just the one gateway unit. Alright, good. Send my Marines that way in case he sent the other adept that way, because he could come this way easily, right?
minerals.
Let's see here. Alright, we want to get cloak, so we're getting tank and banshee. I'll just leave those guys there for now.
Command center upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Marines. Another depot. You don't want to forget your depots.
Not enough minerals.
The most important time to not get supply blocked is when you're all inning. And yeah, let's head out. With that banshee as our timing. Let's go right through the middle.
Not enough minerals.
Let's bring the Marines on the left side. I took one guy off the gas because you don't actually need all the gas once you get the initial like 50 or whatever. Because you only need the extra gas to afford the cloak pretty much. Alright, SCVs are on auto repair and the SCVs are following the tank.
Not
Do a
enough
scan here, see what he's got.
Not enough minerals.
Alright, not a lot of anything. I don't think we actually got scouted, so let's get our bunkers. Focus fire. Let's focus fire the pylon because that's going to get overcharged. And here comes my bunkers.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, careful.
Not enough base is
All
under
right,
attack.
that's good. This is getting a little tighter than I was imagining, but I did kill his whole mineral lines, so that is good news. Oh, there's a overcharge saving his life right now.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, careful.
Base.
All right, we got to make sure our transition is going here. Like that. So we get our barracks.
Our SCVs are under attack. Not enough.
See if our banshees can go do damage or not. Yeah, losing the banshees to the observer, like not getting to snipe the observer, was like quite a big uh-oh.
Add-on.
So we're kind of just now playing a TVT or a TVP. I can't actually tell if I'm super behind or if I'm behind or if I'm slightly ahead. Like, this is actually a pretty tough spot to tell.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. There's an observer somewhere. I just don't know where. I saw it and then I lost it. It could have got recalled, I guess.
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Alright, I'm supply blocked, so
Research.
drop that.
Ready for dust off.
And let's go, I guess. We gotta go now. Don't want to wait any longer.
Research complete.
Supply blocked again somehow.
Mineral.
Wait, Oh, he went up here. Okay.
Ready for dust off.
Land.
Light flight's here.
Go time. Want a piece of me, boy? Then wait.
Not enough minerals.
Ready for dust off.
Not enough minerals.
Nice and abusable drop location. Always happy to see that.
Go time.
Not enough minerals. Not
I can't build here.
not
Ready for dust off.
Ready. Let's have a blast.
Okay, he's giving that up, so that's obviously good.
base is under attack. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Mineral field depleted.
Oh, I think we're gonna win. There it is. GG. All right, so let's do a little bit of a review. I don't usually add too much more to the game, but I feel like I have some things to say here. So where did we really go wrong here? So let's go back to the attack. Because it was obviously like, this is exactly what you need to happen when you go in here. Like, this is actually like, it's very rare that I've lost a game from this stage. And I want to like let you guys know that this is really rare for the game to go from here, the way that it did. And I think a large reason was the micro by me. Like, I got a little too close to this shield battery. It got overcharged. And then the blink in, like, target fire on the tanks wasn't really good. Let me show you guys when he blinks in here. Like, right around here. So, like, if we look at my tanks, I feel like I might have actually been more value to do 1 or 2 shots on the probes. Because the tanks will actually one-shot the whole clump of probes. And then my Marines could have opened up fire on the stalker more. But he goes for the first siege tank, gets that, which is a huge deal. And then the observer, yeah, I should have like paid more attention for the observer. Make sure you guys are looking out for that if you go for the Banshee build more. Like, maybe save a scan too. Like, I did have a scan, but it was kind of unintentional. I didn't even mean to save it. But yeah, very, very, very close. Like, I did kind of pull back too at one point where I like sat here with the tank when I would maybe could have kept going. Like, it's possible to just pull another round of like 6 SCVs, drop another 2 barracks, and then just keep going with this. Like, that's another option for you guys. But yeah, that's a good example game. Thanks for watching the tutorial, guys. Stay tuned for part 2, which I'm going to wait till after the patch because I do think a lot of my all-ins do need some adjusting with the build order because the Cyclone needs to be built with the tech lab now. So stay tuned for that and leave a like if you like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.